I stood outside the high-speed train station, staring at the downpour, completely helpless. I'd already been waiting for 4 hours, only to get a message from Vivian. Company emergency, just grab a cab home yourself. So I tried to get a taxi, but in this rain, they were impossible to find. Another hour crawled by before a driver finally accepted my ride. While I waited, I felt strangely calm. It wasn't until I was scrolling through Moments and saw a post from Vivian's junior, Ryan, that I actually felt a sense of relief, if you can believe it. The photo showed Vivian and Ryan enjoying a romantic candlelit dinner. The caption read, "I said I was bored because of the rain and you rushed right over to keep me company." Before, this kind of news would have crushed me, made me furious. But now, nothing. I even absent-mindedly liked it. I guess it's finally time to let this go. There was a time I thought I was head over heels for Vivian. Before this business trip, I'd already made up my mind. If she didn't see me off, I'd end things when I got back. But when she actually used work at the company as an excuse not to come, I caved. I gave her one last chance, thinking if she picked me up on my return, we'd keep going. She promised she would, and I was so happy. I spent the whole trip daydreaming about our future. But that very night of the business trip, I saw a post on Vivian's best friend's Moments. It was a photo of them all having fun at a KTV. Ryan was sitting right between Vivian and her friend, laughing and chatting away. Vivian was sweetly helping Ryan ward off drinks, and he was gazing at her with such affection. I felt a pang in my heart. I'd had this feeling before that her friends thought Ryan and Vivian were a better fit. When I complained to Vivian about it, she accused me of being paranoid and even told me to try and get on their good side. The more I talked, the more impatient she got, telling me to figure out how to change their minds myself. I just had to swallow my disappointment in silence. I remember at a party, her best friend mentioned how careful Vivian was when she introduced Ryan, not letting anyone even tease us. Someone even joked that they thought Ryan was her boyfriend. Seeing that, I knew in my heart that questioning her would be pointless. So I just stayed quiet. Over the next few days, I didn't message Vivian as much as I used to. Our last conversation was before my business trip, when I asked if sweet and sour pork ribs for dinner sounded good. All she replied was a simple, "Okay." I feel kind of pathetic. The passion I once had has slowly died with each disappointment. On the high-speed train back, I was still agonizing over how to bring up the breakup if Vivian actually bothered to pick me up. After waiting ages at the high-speed train station, only to get a message telling me to get home myself, I actually felt a sense of relief. The moment I saw Ryan's WeChat Moments, I knew it was time to draw a line under this relationship. By the time I got to the entrance of the complex, the rain had eased off into a light drizzle. Ride shares aren't allowed inside, and I didn't feel like using an umbrella, so I just dragged my suitcase and made a dash for the elevator in the rain. I just stepped into the elevator when I saw Vivian heading down. She was frowning, her voice a little accusatory. "Why are you so late? Were you deliberately dragging your feet because I didn't pick you up?" I replied calmly. Getting a cab in this rain was a nightmare. I waited a full hour before anyone accepted the ride. Vivian's face tightened a little at that. Just then, a father and son got into the elevator. As we ascended, the father said to his son, "You should find a girlfriend too. Otherwise, who's going to look after you when you get home late? And you claim you can live independently." The son scoffed. "What's so hard about that? And so what if you have a girlfriend? She's probably out with someone else using work as an excuse not to pick me up." They were just talking. But Vivian's expression turned sour. I couldn't help but laugh. A laugh tinged with disappointment in her and self-deprecating mockery of my own feelings. The father and son got off when their floor arrived. The father even smiled and nodded at me, teasing his son as they walked away. As the elevator doors closed, Vivian pursed her lips and said softly,